This is Dr. Praveen Ramachandra. I am Senior Endocrinologist in Bangalore. Welcome to my YouTube channel for patient education. Today we'll be learning about
Vanakkam! Today, we're diving into the Diaplus Protocol from Dr. Praveen Ramachandra. The whole point here is to take any guesswork or nervousness you might have about insulin injections and turn it into total confidence. So let's jump right in.
You know, if you've ever held an insulin pen and felt even a little bit unsure, you are absolutely not alone. It's completely normal to feel that way when you're dealing with something so important for your health.
But here's the really good news. You've totally got this. Once you know the right technique, it just becomes another simple part of your day. We're going to walk through every single step together so you feel completely in control.
Okay, first things first, we have to talk about prep work. Getting these initial steps right is basically the foundation for a perfect injection, every single time.
It all starts really simple. Give your hands a good wash. Next, grab your insulin and just give it a quick once-over. Is it the right type? Is it expired? How does it look? If it's supposed to be clear, it should be crystal clear. If it's cloudy, just give it a gentle roll between your palms. And please, never ever shake it. Last step, top on a brand new needle. And this is a huge one. Using a new needle every time is the absolute golden rule. A used needle gets dull and can even get bent. That not only makes the injection hurt more, but it also ups your risk of infection, damages your skin, and can even mess with your dose. It's just not worth it. Now, before you dial up your actual dose, you have to prime the pen. It's super easy. Just dial 2 units, point it up, and press the button until you see a little drop of insulin appear. Think of it as a safety shot. It clears out any air bubbles, making sure you get every single drop of the dose you actually need. All right, our pep work is done. And now we're getting to the main event, the injection itself. Nailing this technique is really the key to making sure that insulin can do its job effectively. So, where can you inject? Well, you've got a few great options. Your abdomen, the tops and sides of your thighs, the back of your upper arms, and your buttocks. And here's a pro tip. If you're using your abdomen, always stay about 2 fingers width away from your belly button. Okay, here's a word you're going to want to remember, lipohypertrophy. It sounds complicated, I know, but all it means are those little lumps of fat or scar tissue that can build up if you inject in the exact same spot again and again. It's something we definitely want to avoid, and I'll show you why right now. And this just lays it out perfectly, doesn't it? When you rotate your sites properly, you get steadier blood sugar, you keep your skin healthy, and your dosing is way more effective. But if you don't rotate, you risk your blood sugar going all over the place because the insulin just doesn't get absorbed predictably from those lumpy spots. It can even be painful. The difference is night and day. So the key takeaway is to rotate your injection sites systematically. Don't just pick a spot at random. Imagine a little grid on your skin and make sure each injection is at least a centimeter. That's about the width of your pinky finger, away from the last one. And just once a week, take a moment to feel those areas. If you find a lump, just avoid that spot until it feels normal again. You know, the latest advice is to use the shortest needle you can get, which for most adults is around 4 to 6 millimeters long. And why is that? Well, for one, it's way less painful, but more importantly, it makes sure the insulin goes into the fatty tissue right under the skin, not deep into the muscle where it can be absorbed differently. And because these modern needles are so short and fine, the technique is incredibly simple. The needle goes straight in at a 90-degree angle to your skin. That's right. For most people, you don't even need to do that skin pinch anymore. It's just a straight, confident insertion. So let's put it all together. You're going to insert the needle straight in at that 90-degree angle. Then, press the injection button down all the way. Now, this next part is absolutely crucial. Keep that button pressed down and hold it right there while you slowly count to 10. That little pause guarantees the full dose gets delivered before you pull the needle out. You did it! The injection is done. But we're not quite finished. Let's quickly go over the last few steps to make sure everything is safe and your insulin stays in perfect shape.
First, that needle. Don't try to fiddle with that tiny little inner cap. Just take the big outer cap that you set aside earlier and use that to safely cover the needle. Then, just unscrew it from the pen and immediately put it in a proper sharps container. Last step, pop the cap back on your insulin pen and you're all done.
And let's not forget about storage. This is super important. Any unopened pens should live in the fridge, somewhere between 2 and 8 degrees Celsius. Just be sure they don't freeze. But the pen you're currently using, that can stay out at room temperature, as long as it's below 30 degrees. It'll be good for about a month. Of course, always check your specific insulin's instructions. We've literally gone from A to Z on the injection process. This last part is all about giving you those extra tips so you can handle any common little issues just like a pro.
Let's do a quick recap of the biggest don'ts, your golden rules. Number 1, don't reuse needles, ever. Number 2, don't share your pen with anyone. Number 3, don't forget to prime with that 2-unit safety shot. And number 4, don't inject into any of those lumpy spots. Easy to remember, right?
But what if something unexpected happens? If you see a tiny bit of bleeding, no big deal. Just apply some gentle pressure, but don't rub it. If an injection hurts, first thing to check is, are you using a new needle? And is your angle right? And if your blood sugar seems to be running high, one of the very first things you should think about is your site rotation. Make sure you're avoiding those lumpy areas.
So why are we obsessing over all these little details? Well, check this out. Studies have actually shown that just by using the proper technique, especially with good site rotation, you can cut down on the ups and downs in your blood sugar by as much as 20 to 30%. That's a massive difference in your overall control. And really, it all boils down to this simple idea from the Diaplus Protocol. Getting this technique right isn't just about giving yourself a shot. It's about taking powerful, active control over your health, getting better blood sugar results, and keeping your skin healthy for the long run.
So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with a little challenge. Thinking about everything we just covered, what's the one step? Maybe it's that 10-second count, or being more systematic with rotation, or always remembering to prime. What's the one thing you're going to focus on perfecting this week? Because sometimes mastering one small thing can make all the difference.